guys, Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today, I just thought I'd bring you, last year I made some pumpkin bread, and this year I thought I would make pumpkin muffins. And this would be a good recipe for if you are gonna have people over for the holidays. We have a lot more relatives, and you've been cooking, and you just need a break for something that they can snack on or have in the morning for a quick breakfast with some coffee, or they get up at crack of dawn, or vice versa, you get up at the crack of dawn to make things happen. So let's make some pumpkin bread or pumpkin muffins. This is a really good recipe. Love this recipe. I made it probably since I've made this recipe. I make it around the holidays, like it's a tradition now. So let's get on it, and I'll share this recipe with you. First, we're going to start with 2 cups of flour right there in our mixer, and then to that we are going to add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a whole teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put 2 cups of sugar in there. And I just kind of mix it all together. I'm not like, this is it's a bread, but it's not, it's a really easy recipe. Let's just put it that way. 2 whole eggs, make them large, please. Okay. And then I'm going to add let's add a stick and a half of butter, which is 1/4 of a cup. Stick that in there, and that's just softened butter. So maybe if you take it out in the morning with your eggs, because you want your eggs to sit on the counter for a while before you start baking, it's a good time to take out that butter too as well. And then we are going to put in our whole can. This is a 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin. You can do this with pumpkin that you grow in your backyard. I just didn't grow enough this year, so I'm going to save that for pumpkin pie. Okay, so 1 can of that. Our lovely little spices here. I just had to run to the store and get nutmeg because I was out. So we need a teaspoon of nutmeg. I can find my teaspoon. Okay. And then we need a teaspoon of cloves. Ground cloves, guys, and ground nutmeg, of course. And then this recipe calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon. We like cinnamon in this house, so we add a tablespoon. Okay. And then I'm just gonna put my blender down and blend this together. Start it off really slow, or you'll end up with it all in your face. You know how that goes. Oh, and you can smell the holidays already. This is so simple, you can't really mess it up. That's how good it is. It's just a simple, there's no creaming of the sugar, there's no this, no that. I mean, I guess you could cream the sugar if you wanted to, just to make it extra special. Now, I have a cup full of nuts here. Now, this is an optional part, but we wouldn't do without. We're a little nutty in this house, so we need some extra nuts. And as you can tell, this is a very fast recipe as well. So a cup full of nuts, and then I just take out my aggressions on them so that there's not any big pieces in there. My frustrations about the politics, you know, the election that we just had. Okay, and I'm gonna put most of that in there, leaving a little bit out to decorate our top with, about that much. Okay, and then we're just gonna blend that in with our bread as well. Just put it in there for a couple minutes and then we'll be done. And that is it with this recipe. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bake this lovely recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the oven at 325. I should have done that at the beginning of the video, but there you go. Shouldn't take that long to heat up. I still have to do a couple things first. So you can put this in 8x4 pan, and that's going to take about, cook time is 65 minutes. So I'm going to put this in muffin tins because I want to just be able to have people just grab it and eat it whenever they want to. They don't have to, you know, I don't have to display it a certain way. I can put it on a counter and people can just go for it. Now, I do recommend paper to put them in. That would make it easier too, but we don't have any of that because they didn't have any at the store that I could find. So we didn't do that. We have a 6 thing muffin tin here. So half a dozen. And they are larger muffins, like the kind you get at Costco. And I'm just gonna fill these up halfway. Okay, I'm gonna set this down here. And get a very good spatula for this. Now this just smells heavenly. Okay. This will make more than one batch in here. I'm gonna have to see if I have another smaller batch. And then we'll just decorate those with the little bit of almonds on top, each one. You're not gonna get that at Costco. Or Sam's Club, or wherever you get your muffins. Okay, and we're gonna stick those in the oven for 65 minutes, about there. I'm gonna keep an eye on these because I'm not putting them in a traditional loaf pan. And so I'm gonna put my timer on about, 35 minutes because these are muffins. So we don't know if they'll cook faster. So we're gonna do that. As soon as my oven is ready, we'll put them in and take care of that. We'll see you guys back in a bit. Okay, I just put the other one in a bread pan. And so here we go. Our oven's at the right time, and I'm just gonna put these in. 325 for I'm gonna put my timer on 35 minutes. The bread version takes 65, so I'm just gonna put it at 35 so I can watch. We'll see you guys back in just a little bit when this puppy comes out. It is gonna be delicious, golden, yummy, with a nice little bit of butter, nice cup of coffee or tea if you prefer. And we'll see you guys back in a little bit. That is what they look like. Totally delicious. Our little loaf of bread took about the same amount of time. We will let them cool, and then later on, we'll give them a taste. We'll see you back then. Now we're gonna open this up. I just cut it in half and show you inside all that goodness. Put a little butter in there. Not because it needs it, but because I like it that way. Just like so. And then... It's a taste, guys. Absolutely delicious, guys. You have to try this one. I'll leave the recipe below so you guys can follow that. It's absolutely delicious. Enjoyable every time I make it. Usually I make it with pumpkin from the backyard, you know, that I've grown. This is pretty darn good with canned pumpkin as well. So try it out. It's great in a muffin for those the day after or the day before, or you know, when you're waking up early, that you can grab something and have something that's nice and holiday-ish, and just a nice little breakfast. God bless you guys. We'll see you guys next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead. Bye.